Over 60% of the fluids people pour into their gas tanks are not just useless, they are silent engine killers. I have tested these products myself inside fuel rails, injectors, and tanks. One brought a clogged injector back to life in under an hour and cut fuel costs by 12%. But the wrong one fried sensors and destroyed a $2,500 catalytic converter. Today, I am exposing 7 fluids that ruin engines and revealing 3 that actually work. Links to everything I recommend are in the description below. Let us get started. Number 7. Marvel Mystery Oil. Pouring Marvel Mystery Oil into your gas tank to clean injectors is like hiring a janitor who refuses to touch dirt. Sounds harsh, but it is the truth. This product has been around for nearly 100 years. The red can sits in garages across America and the name carries serious weight, but the formula does not carry cleaning power. It is a lubricant, plain and simple. Using it as a cleaner is a mistake that leaves carbon laughing at you while your fuel economy keeps dropping. What Marvel actually does well is lubricate pumps and upper cylinders. Injectors stay slick, which can slow down future deposits. That is prevention, not cleaning. Once carbon has baked itself onto your injectors, Marvel will not touch it. Your idle stays rough, your mileage keeps sliding, your money goes straight down the drain. Credit where it is due. If you have a fairly new engine and want extra protection, a splash during oil changes is not the worst idea. But if you are hoping to restore lost power, you are playing the wrong game. What you need is a cleaner with polyetheramine or PEA. That is the only detergent proven to dissolve tough deposits. Marvel is not it. If Marvel disappoints with its legendary name, the next product will shock even more loyal fans. Number 6. Seafoam Motor Treatment. Pop the cap on a can of Seafoam, and you will smell confidence in a bottle. Mechanics have trusted it for decades. Drivers swear by it. The brand has been around since the 1940s. Sounds bulletproof, right? But it does not actually clean modern fuel injectors the way you think it does. The problem is simple. Seafoam does not contain PEA. That is the only detergent proven to break down carbon deposits. Instead, it relies on pale oil, naphtha, and isopropyl alcohol. Those ingredients are decent at shifting light buildup, but they cannot dissolve the baked-on carbon, choking your injectors. At best, they loosen debris which then floats around, waiting to cause new problems somewhere else. That is not cleaning. That is relocating the mess. In a 2-stroke engine, Seafoam can help, but in today's 4-stroke cars and trucks, the results are underwhelming. It probably will not destroy your engine, but it can create headaches, gummed-up filters, fouled plugs, a sudden check engine light you were not expecting. Save Seafoam for lawn equipment or light fuel stabilization. If your car is running rough, look for a cleaner with PEA on the label. That is what actually works. Speaking of products that promise more than they deliver, the next fluid is already sitting in your bathroom cabinet. Number 5. Rubbing alcohol. You have probably heard this one before. Pour some isopropyl alcohol in your tank to remove water from the fuel. It sounds like a clever hack. After all, alcohol absorbs moisture. The bottle is cheap and already sitting under your sink. What could go wrong? A lot, actually. Rubbing alcohol can absorb water, which is fine in tiny doses. But pour in too much, and it strips more than just moisture. It dries out rubber seals. It cracks O-rings. It weakens plastic parts inside your fuel system. Once those seals fail, you are looking at leaks, poor fuel pressure, and even fuel pump failure. Then there is the carbon issue. Alcohol is not strong enough to dissolve heavy deposits like PEA does. Instead, it knocks chunks loose. Those chunks block injectors, foul spark plugs, and trigger warning lights. Add a lean fuel mix to the list because alcohol contains oxygen. Now you have got hot combustion engine knocking and piston damage waiting to happen. Yes, isopropyl can help if you need to remove water from a tank in an emergency, but as a regular fuel treatment, it is a gamble. The short-term win is not worth the long-term repairs. Bathroom hacks are bad, but the $3 bottles at gas station checkouts are even worse. Number 4. Cheap fuel injector cleaners. See a fuel injector cleaner on the shelf for $3. Walk right past it. These bargain bin bottles are filled with cheap solvents, usually kerosene, alcohol, or both. They are marketed like miracle cures: restore lost power, boost fuel economy by 25%, clean injectors in one tank. Sounds tempting, but the hard truth is simple. None of that is real. At best, these cheap cleaners might remove light surface grime, but without PEA, they cannot dissolve hard carbon deposits. When they do work, the danger is worse. They often break off chunks of buildup instead of dissolving them. Those chunks do not vanish. They jam filters, block injectors, and sometimes get pushed into the catalytic converter. That is how a $3 gamble becomes a $2,000 repair bill. And there is another problem. Kerosene lowers the octane rating of your gasoline. Low octane means engine knock, metal pounding on metal inside your cylinders. Leave that unchecked and you are staring down thousands of dollars in engine repairs. Drivers throw these bottles in their tank hoping for a quick fix, only to come back weeks later with a car running worse than before. Skip these entirely. Buy one quality cleaner with with PEA instead of 5 bottles of cheap snake oil. Cheap cleaners waste money. Octane boosters waste even more. Number 3. Octane boosters. Walk down any auto parts aisle and you will see them. Flashy bottles with bold claims. Add power. Stop knock. Boost performance. They make it sound like pouring liquid horsepower into your tank. The reality is far less exciting. Most octane boosters contain minimal active ingredients. The ones that do work raise your octane by maybe 1 or 2 points. That is barely noticeable on a modern engine. What the marketing hides is this: your car's computer already adjusts for fuel grade. It monitors knock sensors and tweaks ignition timing automatically. Unless you are running a high compression race engine or towing heavy loads up a mountain, you probably do not need higher octane at all. Dumping boosters into a standard engine is like putting premium shoes on a couch potato. It looks nice, but changes nothing. The bigger issue is what some of these products actually contain. Cheap octane boosters use solvents that can harm oxygen sensors and catalytic converters over time. Others leave residues that build up in the combustion chamber, creating the exact deposits you were trying to avoid. Save your money. If your engine knocks on regular fuel, switch to the mid-grade at the pump. It is cheaper and safer than trusting a mystery bottle. Octane boosters are not the worst fluid people put in their tanks. The next one does not even belong near a gasoline engine. Number 2. Diesel fuel. This one happens more than you think. Sometimes it is an honest mistake. You grab the wrong nozzle at a busy gas station. Other times it is bad advice. A coworker tells you diesel cleans injectors or lubricates the fuel system. Either way, the result is ugly. Diesel and gasoline do not mix. They combust in completely different ways. Gasoline ignites with a spark. Diesel ignites under pressure. Pour diesel into a gas engine and the fuel will not burn properly. It coats spark plugs with residue. It gums up fuel injectors. It damages the fuel pump. Your engine will stumble, misfire, and eventually stall. If you catch the mistake before starting the car, you might get lucky. A full tank drain and flush could cost a few $100s, but if you drive on that contaminated fuel, the damage spreads fast. Fuel injectors fail. Catalytic converters get poisoned. In severe cases, the entire fuel system needs replacing. That bill can climb past $3,000 easily, and no diesel does not clean anything in a gasoline engine. That myth needs to die. If you accidentally pump diesel, do not start the car. Call a tow truck. It is cheaper than rebuilding your engine. As bad as diesel is, there is one fluid that destroys engines even faster, and it might already be hiding in your tank. Number 1. Water. This is the silent killer lurking in fuel systems across the country. Sometimes it comes from a bad gas station with contaminated underground tanks. Sometimes condensation builds up inside your own tank, especially if you keep it below a quarter full. Sometimes rain sneaks in through a loose or damaged gas cap. However it gets there, the damage is brutal. Water does not compress like air. When it reaches your combustion chamber and the piston slams upward, it hits a wall it cannot move. This is called hydrolock. The piston stops dead. Connecting rods bend, cylinder heads crack. In a split second, your engine goes from running fine to completely destroyed. Even small amounts of water cause problems long before hydrolock. Water rusts fuel lines from the inside. It corrodes injectors. It freezes in cold weather and blocks fuel flow entirely. Repairs range from a few $100s for a fuel system flush to $10,000 or more for a full engine replacement. The worst part is you might not know water is in your tank until the damage is done. Symptoms start subtle: hard starts, rough idle, sputtering under acceleration. By the time you figure it out, the corrosion has already spread. Protect yourself by buying fuel from busy stations with high turnover. Keep your tank above a quarter full, and check your gas cap seal regularly. Now that we have cleared out the engine killers, let us shift gears. If you have made it this far, you are serious about protecting your engine. Do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you know. Now let us talk about what actually works. These are the 3 fuel additives backed by real science, trusted by professional mechanics and proven in real-world testing. They all contain polyethyramine, or PEA. That is the only detergent shown to dissolve carbon deposits inside injectors valves and combustion chambers. No gimmicks, no marketing hype, just results you can feel the moment you drive. Links to all 3 products are in the description below. Let us start with the heavy hitter mechanics reach for when engines need serious help. Number 3. BG44K Fuel System Cleaner. If your car has not had its injectors cleaned in years and performance is really starting to lag, this is where you start. BG44K is widely respected among professional mechanics because it has the strength to tackle heavy sludge and stubborn deposits that weaker products cannot touch. Dealerships across the country use it. GM even licenses it as an official product. That kind of endorsement does not happen without serious results. What makes it work is the formula. BG44K is loaded with concentrated PEA. That means it does not just loosen carbon, it dissolves it completely and clears it out of the system. We are talking about deep cleaning that can restore lost power, smooth out rough idles, and improve fuel economy in a noticeable way. One can handles a full 20-gallon tank. Pour it in when your fuel is low, then fill up and drive normally. The cleaning happens as you go. What really sets BG44K apart is its longevity. Unlike many cleaners that need to be added every few thousand miles, this one keeps working for up to 7,500 miles. That means fewer treatments and better long-term value. The trade-off is price. Since it is a professional-grade product, it costs more than most over-the-counter cleaners. Expect to pay around $20 per can, but for drivers dealing with years of neglect or anyone who wants a thorough reset for their fuel system, BG44K is worth every penny. It is the cleaner mechanics trust when the job has to get done right. If you want a product that cleans and boosts performance while protecting fuel during storage, the next option delivers even more. Number 2. Royal Purple Max Clean. Royal Purple has a reputation for going premium, and their Max Clean fuel system cleaner lives up to that name. This is not just about wiping injectors, it is about performance. Drivers often report smoother acceleration, restored horsepower, and even a small bump in fuel economy after just one treatment. The reason is simple. Max Clean packs concentrated PEA to dissolve carbon deposits. But it does not stop there. It also works as a fuel stabilizer. That means if your car sits for weeks between drives, the fuel will not go stale as quickly. It is like giving your gas tank a shield and your injectors a deep scrub at the same time. This makes Max Clean perfect for weekend cars, seasonal vehicles, or anyone who does not drive daily. The stabilizing formula prevents the gum and varnish that form when fuel breaks down during storage. Another standout feature is longevity. While many cleaners need to be used every 3,000 miles, Max Clean continues protecting and cleaning for up to 10,000 miles. That is fewer bottles, less hassle, and a lot more value over time. One 20-ounce can covers a full tank. Add it when your tank is low, then fill up so it blends evenly with the fresh gas. The price sits in the mid-range, higher than bargain bottles but far less than professional shop treatments. For drivers who want both cleaning and performance gains without frequent applications, Royal Purple Max Clean is one of the best all-around choices available. For the absolute gold standard backed by automakers and decades of proven science, the number 1 pick is next. Number 1. Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus. When it comes to fuel system cleaners, this one sits at the top for a reason. Chevron invented polyethyramine technology back in the 1980s. Techron is their flagship product, and it remains the benchmark that other cleaners are measured against. Major automakers including GM, Honda, Kia, and BMW recommend it by name. That kind of industry backing does not come from marketing. It comes from decades of proven results. What sets Techron apart is the science. The patented PEA formula is designed to clean the entire fuel system in one tank. We are talking about fuel injectors, intake valves, and combustion chambers. It breaks down carbon deposits without damaging rubber seals, oxygen sensors, or catalytic converters. That safety profile matters because some aggressive cleaners fix one problem while creating another. Techron cleans without the collateral damage. The results speak for themselves. Smoother acceleration, restored power, better fuel economy. Many drivers notice the difference within the first tank, especially if the engine was running rough before treatment. It also works on more than just cars. Techron is safe for hybrids, motorcycles, lawnmowers, and any gasoline-powered engine. One 12-ounce bottle treats up to 20 gallons of fuel. Chevron recommends using it every 3,000 miles or at every oil change. Think of it as a tune-up in a bottle. The price is reasonable, usually between $8 and $12 depending on where you shop. You will find it at Walmart, Amazon, AutoZone, and most gas stations. Some people complain it costs more than bargain cleaners, but let us be honest, you will spend more on one bad coffee habit in a week than you will on a bottle of Techron. And this stuff can save you from repairs in the thousands. If you want one fuel additive that actually lives up to the hype, Techron is it. Reliable, proven, and trusted by the people who build engines for a living. Some fluids protect your engine. Others slowly destroy it from the inside. Now you know which ones to trust and which ones to avoid. If this video helped you out, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below and tell me which products you have tried. Did any of them work? Did any of them fail? I want to hear your stories. Links to all 3 recommended cleaners are in the description. Check them out and give your engine the care it actually deserves. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.